midnight walk with me, feel free to join me for a live stream and a chat. We're up at this crazy hour in America. Feel free to join me. And if you're tuning in after it's premiered, hello. I'm sorry I once again did it at a crazy hour, but this is the hour I'm normally out and doing my walk, and I was like, why not join you guys for it? Howdy Cameron, howdy Joy Slip, and howdy Time Lord. And if it isn't Lolly, go to sleep. Are you struggling to sleep again? Well, you know, this is here for it anyway, since you're struggling to sleep. So join me for a walk then. Good day, Strider, says Dylan. How you doing, Dylan? And hello from Modder. And a howdy from Trashcan. Lock A says howdy hey. And good evening, Strider, from Katie McGregor. Good evening. Yeah, just taking my evening walk and figured, just make it a bit more interesting and join you guys until my battery runs out, which will probably happen. Yeah, probably won't last too long because my battery's about 50%. But until then, let's take a walk and a chat. I'm just finishing tidying up my room, says Medicine Monday. Oh, good. Try and get some rest. At least try and meditate. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I'll just spend about an hour just lying face up, doing controlled breathing. I'll try to get to a quieter area. Sorry, this is probably copyright strikes because I've got music in the background. But sometimes just focus on breathing in, and as you breathe in, visualize expanding and then retracting as you breathe out, very slowly, slowing your breaths. And then once you do that, your mind will wander, and it actually trains and it strengthens your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex if you bring your mind back to the center, focusing each time. Because the mind naturally starts to wander when you're practicing to begin with, but as you practice more, it's really incredible what it does, and it actually makes your brain younger. Anyway, I'm doing the mindfulness stuff again, sorry, which probably doesn't interest you guys too much. Do you like Cowboy Bebop, says Lachlan Barnes. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not quite as fond of it as Robin is, and a lot of other people are. Like, I don't find Spike a character I like very much. You know, he's very understandable and he's very relatable, but I don't know, there's something about him. I do like his kind of fighting style, though, in that it's much more eloquent and less sort of rough than a lot of other styles. It's very much I find it's a reflection of Chinese martial arts style when I see it. Oh no, more jiu-jitsu actually, probably more Japanese, but anyway. Josh, what time is it, says the extrovert oddball. It's about 6:30 p.m. here. I imagine it's about 4 a.m. for you guys in America. But you know, it's a Saturday night, enjoy it. It's adventure time, says Cameron. Sorry, just trying to not run into people. Hi, Strider. Hi, who is your favorite Spider-Man villain? I'm going to say Dr. Octopus. No. I was going to say Venom, but in a way, I like in Spider-Man 3 when Peter Parker actually becomes his own villain. I think that's so cool. But off the top of my head, I'd probably say Dr. Octopus as he's portrayed in the 2000s movies. So it's like, still very smart and calculating. He's basically what Peter Parker wants to be eventually. And yet he kind of gets corrupted. And I always really find the corrupted mentor fascinating. You know, it's just a really interesting concept to me. It's 4:45 a.m. where I'm at, says Tyler. Oh, having a late night or an early morning. Hey Strider, how's it going? Stop moving. I really love your stuff. It's almost 3 a.m. for me, lol, says Joe. Yeah, it's a bit late at night, but you know, if you feel like a walk with me late at night and just chatting a bit, I'm here. Do you watch MLP, says Dylan. Robot. I haven't watched it much lately. My favorite episode is the Weird Al crossover with Pinkie Pie when they throw a party together, but I haven't been keeping up to date with it. But I have a friend who does, and apparently they're ending the series pretty soon. And yeah, I don't know if that's true though. Some people have told me otherwise. What is your next top 10 video? Asked Marvel fan number 1. I'm doing worst kung fu animated movies next, which I'm guessing about 4, 5, no, I'm going to say 5 days. I'm going to say 5 because Still got the video editing to go, that sort of thing, but it could be, but either way, it'll be out when it's out. And yeah, basically we're covering stuff like similar to what I did with the animated rip-offs a few years ago with like Kung Fu Panda, that sort of thing. Basically all the bad Kung Fu movies. And Tyler asks, hey Strider, did you see my comments on BoJack Horseman ending? Just wanted to say because I love that Netflix series too much. Yeah, I should share my thoughts on that too. I'm sad to see it end like everyone. It's just like, unlike something like The Good Place, by where the 4th season I was like, okay guys, I'm tuning out. This is just getting stupid, because they're like freaking hanging the Good Place on you like a carrot to a donkey. But there's always somewhere new for BoJack to explore, and so very much I would have enjoyed the series going on for 10 seasons if they wanted, because I just enjoy being with those characters so much and exploring their world. It's always so, I learn something new every season, so very sad to see it ending, but we're getting to a 2-part season, so it should be interesting. I'm guessing Kung Fu Panda is going to be in the honorable mentions in the next video. Well, Kung Fu Panda isn't, that's the good one. It's basically all modeled off Kung Fu Panda though, which is what makes it interesting. So yeah, you'll see, I think Chop Kick Panda I've got in the honorable mentions because I actually kind of like that one. From Sinner Shadow, he says, hey Strider, did you see OKKO ending? Did you like it? I just never tuned in for OKKO, sorry. I'm not the best person to ask. Alpha knows all about OKKO, though, so he's the best one to ask on that. Do you get cartoon merchandise, says Lock A. Well, as you can see from me wearing the same brown shirt every day, I don't tend to change my fashion sense all that much, so not all that much. I don't know, I've been putting up some pictures lately, but it's mostly of either stuff you guys have sent in, lovely fan art and stuff, or just nice pictures of waterfalls and that sort of thing to calm me down. TJ Sadhu. Oh, hey TJ. Hi Strider. I just went to bed. Damn it. Hi Strider. Just went to bed, but got your notification, woke up. Always love your video. Oh, sorry TJ. You go to bed, man, and get some rest. I'm just talking crap anyway, for anyone who just feels like joining me and can't sleep anyway. What do you like the most about Marvel? Like the most, Marvel or DC? Please say Marvel. Of course Marvel. I don't know. I was a massive fan of the original Batman, what do you call, the Dark Knight series. Loved Batman Begins, loved the Dark Knight. I even liked the Dark Knight Rises, although it wasn't as good as the originals. But after they went gritty and just all emo and, I don't know how to even explain it, but I always kind of say the same thing with it, that you can't take a guy's essentially dressing up in spandex all that seriously. It's just, you've got to be able to take yourself with a pinch of salt, so Joss Whedon is perfect for that. Time Lord Gina says, do you think they should continue Gravity Falls or keep Dipper and Mabel as the main character, or should they change it up? I mean, the funny thing is cartoon series, unlike movies, just don't get as many reboots. I'd love to see Gravity Falls continue personally. I mean, like, it doesn't have to. It'd probably not be as good as the original series, but it would be, it would interest me still, so yeah. Do you watch Friday the 13th movies? Asked Johnny PV Vivo. I don't tune in much for horror, sorry. I'm not the best one to ask for that. Have you ever heard of Kamen Rider? Sorry, Soundboy, I haven't heard that one. Thoughts on Invader Zim and the Rocco movies, says Dante. Invader Zim Enter the Florpus, it didn't leave much of an impact on me. I felt it kind of, it made good reference to some of the original episodes, but it felt a lot safer to me. It felt a lot safer, and like it was kind of toned down a bit for to be suitable for a younger audience. I don't like to use the word edgy because it's usually used in a negative context, but Zim is one of those franchises I actually would have liked to see a bit more edgy and breaking a bit of new ground. And I felt like, I don't know, I felt like Gaz got a bit of a character change as well. So I was okay on it. Perfectly serviceable. It just didn't really, it wouldn't be one I'd watch again because nothing really left a huge impact. The animation was lovely. In terms of Rocko's Modern Life, left more of an impact on me because I really wanted to see how Rocko's Modern Life represented the 21st century, and I loved seeing normalized transsexuals. I feel like South Park, my worst South Park episode, what is it, Mr. Garrison's Fancy With It, that actually I think did a lot of damage to making transsexuals more accepted in modern society. It was just garbage, absolute garbage, and the more I think back on it, the more damage I realized that did. But this was a much better step in the right direction, showing acceptance, showing normality, and showing the important thing that how that person feels and not trying to be obnoxious. I'm sorry, that South Park episode makes me angry. It's the worst of the worst. Forgive my typos, says Studio 404. I'm still waking up. Oh, that's okay, Studio. Yeah, it's at a crazy hour, this, so I completely understand. Yeah, let's see. Your voice makes me feel calmer, says Rainbow Sparkler. I don't know what it is about it, but it's really helpful. I've been really down. This is honestly making me feel better. Thanks, Strider. Honestly, you're the best. Thank you, Rainbow. Well, it's the best part of my job. It really is being able to connect with people who, like me, might be sensitive or struggling or just having a bad day sometimes, and just being able to make that day a little bit better is absolutely the best part of my job. It really is. So thank you. Thoughts on Bear in the Big Blue House soundboard? I haven't watched that one in years. It was recommended a lot for best kids shows. What was that, 2 years? Oh, it's probably 2 years ago now. Yeah, I didn't have a huge amount of thought on it. It's probably closest thing I can compare it to is Blue's Clues, but very creative, very original. I like the fact that it's all in like this sort of blue house setting, and yeah, very much reminds me of Blue's Clues, but I prefer Blue's Clues, obviously. Didn't leave much of an impact on me personally, though. Yeah, Disenchantment, mentioned Tyler was a disappointment. He says, I think I enjoyed season 2 a little bit more than season 1, but I don't know, the mother sort of, like, it was kind of led up in the last 2 episodes of season 1, spoilers alert for those who haven't watched it yet, to be like a really epic, the direction they were going. Like, it looked like because I find Bean's mother really interesting character. There's just something very, very naturally fascinating about her. She's kind of evil, and she's kind of complicated at the same time, but she's also kind of working for to help Bean at the same time, and it's just like really fascinating character. I like that they've helped make Bean's father more complicated. He's become much more redeemable, and less just a stereotype of lazy. TJ Gamer asks, do you ever been outside of Australia? If so, where? TJ, I tend to go to Canada because that's where my some of my family is, so I'll occasionally visit Canada. I think in the last 2 years or so, I'd like to go to Vegas to see Penn and Teller. I'm a big fan of their shows. Yeah, really big fan. I'd also like to go to Southern California eventually to see Disneyland. Hopefully eventually. Thoughts on Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, asked Dante. I'm sorry, Dante, I never actually went to see it, but I've been told so many times how good it is. So, like, and the animation on it looks stunning. You'd probably know better than me. Favorite 5 Adult Swim cartoons, asked Lachlan. I'm gonna say Rick and Morty, even though I'm not that fond of it. Like, I recognize it's intelligent, and it's intelligent for its creative settings and for its more nuanced characters. Now, it's not nearly as nuanced characters as, say, BoJack Horseman, but the creative settings and the inability to see where it's going is very, very interesting. So I'm going to say Rick and Morty, but I think that's the answer for a lot of people. Lock A says, I just want you to know there's a 1,200-page guide to book on The Simpsons. Well, I mean, like, there's so many guides on its philosophy in which direction it goes, like South Park's. It's had such a huge cultural impact. Let's see. Rainbow Spark says, you're so nice. Thank you so much. I should probably head out because I have school in a few hours. But thank you for calming me down. I really needed it. See you next video, Strider. See you then, Rainbow. Have a great day at school. Studio 404, mute stream to avoid spoilers, but doesn't leave because of reasons. I'm not doing spoilers anymore for Studio 404. Hey Stridos, greetings from Australia. Hello John, greetings from also Australia in Queensland. We're from the Chermside Shopping Centre. That mall reminds me of the mall from the one Doctor Who episode with the mannequins. Oh yeah, it is like that. I actually saw that one. Yeah, it was okay, that one. Kind of creepy though, those mannequins look scary as hell to me. Have you seen the Upside Down show as a kid? No, but I watched one episode because it was recommended so much for the kid, best kid shows, and yeah, I mean, it has a very interesting kind of niche feel to it in that it feels like it's almost done by two people and just a very small production team, but it has so much heart, and I love the colors to it. They're not too overdone, and yeah, it's kind of toned down. I like that. Makes it much more pleasant for adults too. Do you play Yandere Simulator? If so, can you play the game? Super Rosie Bunny Fox Girl. I don't know what Yandere Simulator is, sorry, but I am planning on doing more Let's Plays, just for the pure funsies, because I've been sitting at night thinking, like, you know, I'd love to share some of these evening gaming. So I mean, I don't play that many games at night anyway, but like, I wouldn't mind trying a few things like some of the Mickey Mouse games. I'm like, yeah, Mickey Mouse is. Mickey Mouse is related to what I do. Just a second, sorry. Oh goodness, I've got to catch back up. Oh goodness, I've missed so much. Thank you very much, Fire King Atlas, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Feel free to ask me a question, and I'll hopefully answer it if I can see it. Sorry, we'll do my best though. Game of Thrones fan asks Ashley T Knight. I haven't watched much of it, sorry. I haven't watched just dramas in general for quite some time. The closest thing I've been watching to a sitcom lately is Bob's Burgers, because I'm a huge fan of the show. Someone random in the continent section says, what are your thoughts on Disney's Atlantis? Weren't the visuals great on that one continent? I certainly am a fan of the visuals in general, and that was probably what stuck out the most to me, is just the visuals and the blue colors and the color scheme in general. There aren't enough ocean movies, ocean animated movies, and to get a little bit of Atlantis, it's a shame the sequel turned out so average. Would you ever do 3 worst and best Sony animated movies? I kind of already did Dante a while back with worst Sony movies, but I wouldn't mind redoing that list to cover some of the... The problem is that things like Angry Birds, I feel, are actually probably some of the best of animated Sony animated movies, but I'd love to talk about things like Hotel Transylvania. But again, I think those are good. As far as Sony's quality, I think that's probably the best stuff Adam Sandler has done that he was involved in. The Simpsons guidebook is episode to episode. Goodness me. There's also the commentaries on YouTube available of the actual creators for Simpsons. If you ever want to look those up, they're good to do alongside Simpsons episode if you're rewatching them. Do the worst and best Blue Sky films if you're ever able to. Ask TA. Yeah, I'm quite fond of the... I saw that in the wiki, and I think I would like to do Blue Sky at some point. I don't think many people recognize the term Blue Sky, but I do it anyway. And I think if people saw a movie they recognize on the front, they'll say, oh, that might be interesting, so I might do that eventually. Spies in Disguise, says TJ. What was that? Have you ever played Undertale? Yeah, I did a Let's Play with it a few years ago with Raz, and certainly it broke a real cultural milestone, didn't it? For a Halloween special, says Jazzy. Oh, stop moving. Will you be interested in doing a top 10 Halloween songs from cartoons? Seems like something Jem would be really good, actually. I'll ask him if he might want to do something like that and see how we go and if we can agree on some good titles. What's your next video about, Strider? Says StickU Gaming. Next one is Worst Kung Fu Animated Movies. After that, probably do Darkest Modern Simpsons episodes, which is what I'm quite looking forward to. A couple of things on the horizon. Eventually, I'd like to do Bob's Burgers, Worst and Best Bob's Burgers with Movie Bob. Big fan of his work, Bob Chipman. Some guy in a hoodie gives a super chat of $3. Well, thank you very much, some guy in a hoodie. Let me know if you've got any questions or just feel like saying howdy. Ever heard of Untitled Goose Game? I have not, sorry, Amy. Sounds like an interesting title. I like gooses. I've seen your interview with Black Theosaurus from last year and was wondering, have you ever checked out Watamote? Well, that anime he introduced you to, Masked Music Man. I haven't seen that one, sorry. I don't remember Black Zia Africans. I don't quite remember that interview last year. I didn't do many interviews last year, actually. I didn't have many people asking. Luigi Master 123 says, favorite South Park character who isn't one of the four main boys? Butters. Probably Butters. I don't know. He's about on character nowadays, but I haven't seen as many Butters episodes lately. Have you seen Toy Story 4? Asked Bard Underachiever. I certainly have. I liked it. I liked the ending most of all. Spoilers alert for Toy Story 4 if you somehow haven't seen it yet, for about 30 seconds. I love the fact that Woody and Bo Peep got together at the end. That was just like the most beautiful ending because it wasn't fully expected. But when you realize afterwards that it was kind of leading up to that, because it was made very clear from the get-go that, what's her name, the main girl that they all, Marty? I can't remember her name, but it was made clear that Woody wasn't really necessary for her to be healthy and well. So it was funny how it kind of led up to that, and it felt very organic in going back with Bo Peep. I would have liked to see them expand a bit more on their past history together, but I guess a lot of it is implied in the short time span they have, which is pretty cool. Who is your favorite Star Wars character? Says TJ Gamer 6. Oh, I'm going to sound so generic, but Luke Skywalker. I like him because even if he's seen as cliche, he's just a nice guy, and I don't know, he's just a good guy that's very passionate about what he believes in. He can get emotional, but he's aware of his limitations and flaws, and just tries to do the right thing and ends up a Grey Jedi because of it. And yeah, I really like Grey Jedi. If we go off the actual movies, I'd say Kreia. If there aren't many people I actually really look up to, but if Kreia was real, I would absolutely be her student. Absolutely, 100%. She's so knowledgeable. There's moments from Knights of the Old Republic 2 when she's talking that I remember so clearly. Isolation weakens us, erodes us. Just random things she says. There is no greater meaning. There is only you. Oh, damn that game's good. Anyway, sorry, I went off track there. Hey bro, I recognize your voice. Did you ever do a comic read? Hey Alex, no, I didn't do a comic read, but you might have remembered me from doing a top 10 list that you might have seen sometime a few years ago. Have you seen the Gumball finale? I haven't either. I forgot it was ending. Alpha's probably covered that one pretty well. That's from Owen Wilson. Should Zootopia get a sequel? Asks Tyler. Yeah, I'm going to say yeah, I would definitely tune in for it. That's one of those ones, like Inside Out, I would definitely tune in for a Zootopia sequel. And there's so much they can do with that world. One of the things about Zootopia is that you feel like there was so much more that could have been explored in all the different areas of the city, all the different things. It's one of those ones you could make a series out of. And I think I would tune in for a Zootopia series if they put it on Disney Channel or something. Let's see. Joyful Leader says, do you have a favorite Bob's Burgers character? Oh, you know what to ask me, don't you, Joyful Leader? I love Bob's Burgers. I'm going to say I really like Tina and Louise, and I like all the characters. Even Linda really grew on me. I still feel weird that some people don't even realize Linda has a male voice actor, but everyone in that show, except Kristen Schaal with Louise, is a male voice actor, which works fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I like all the characters so much in that show. They're all so human, so relatable, yet still likable and believable. and seeing their personal struggles. I'm a huge fan of that show. Are you excited for the Bob's Burgers movie next year? Dante, there's going to be a Bob's Burgers movie? You bet I'm excited. I would dig that. Bob's Burgers doesn't get high ratings compared to shows like The Simpsons, though, so I'm constantly worried it's going to cancel and go off the air, but it is one of those series I could watch for another 10, 15 seasons, as long as they try to keep doing different things, because I just like the characters so much and I like being in their world. Anyway, I'm fanboying out on Bob's Burger. What would happen if Ben had 10 had a PS4 game? Asked Barath V. I don't know. I think it'd be really good. You could have the different 9 forms you can change into. I reckon the graphics would be really interesting, the enhanced graphics on his different forms. A lot of customization because of that, so I think that would work well. There's a Family Guy movie in production, I imagine you mean. Oh yeah, I don't think I'll tune in for it. I don't think I'll bother. Maybe if it's on, or if people really want me to see it and me to give my opinion, but I don't think I'll bother with it. What live-action sitcoms do you like? Asked Time Lord Gina. I used to really like Frasier when I was younger, but the more I watched it, the more the Frasier's constant. I started to see the patterns in it, and but I think he can be so clever in his wording, but the problem is that you don't see as many clever sitcoms nowadays, since pretty much once you watch Blackadder, like the second, the third, and the fourth, it's the most intelligent sitcom that was ever made. And the acting is so good, the characters are all legends. I think they're all knighted at this point. There's no sitcom out there like it. You can watch it 50 times and you will notice something new every time. So Blackadder would definitely be my favorite. What do you think will be happening in Frozen 2? Well, based on what we've seen so far in Frozen 2, she keeps on running into the ocean maybe she's trying to get across the water to another continent or something, but yeah, I guess once she can get past the major waves at the start, she can kind of just run along on the water. I don't know. It looks like they're fighting Autumn, and then for some reason Anna takes out the cameraman. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm totally pumped for it. Really looking forward to it. Elsa wants to be Jesus. I think she's already caught up to Jeeves. I mean, she's certainly walking on water and freezing the water. Have you tried? No, Villager Blocky, I haven't. Though I imagine I hear it's being legalized in a lot of countries, though, and whatever happens in your country, it's none of my business. What is your favorite show of all time? Oh, that's too tough, Sumo. Yeah, I don't know that one. What if Deadpool became a CIA agent? I don't know. I never watched much of Deadpool. RJ from Over the Hedge is also Walk on Water Jesus. Howdy, says Trans Rights. Oh, hey, Trans Rights. Howdy, have you seen your TV tropes page? It says you're adorkable, dude. I know, I love my TV tropes page. Thank you to whoever has updated it. I see it and I'm just like, oh, that's so nice, all the things they say. Sometimes when I just need a little bit of a boost or a pick-me-up, I'll look at the page, because it always gets updated with some fun stuff, and I appreciate that if anyone here is here who updated it. Big fan. I like the TV tropes. I often tune in for that when I'm really not sure about something or a definition of something, and there's always going to be a good definition. Logan C223 says, did you hear that Stan Lee died in November in 2018? Have you ever heard of him also? Yeah, Logan, I did a What's in Best Marvel movies in honor of him back in 2018. Yeah, because he made a gigantic impact, didn't he, on the world, nothing but respects. Ray says, hi Strider, I've been wanting to say this for a long time. I've been a big fan of yours for years. You've made so many bad days good days, and I thank you so much. I love your longtime fan, Ray. Oh, thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. I try my best, and if I can bring a few smiles, that's the best part of the job, Ray. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Stephen Hellberg died last year, says Tyler. Yes, he did, Tyler, and I did Best SpongeBob episodes with Enter in honor of him, because, well, you know the impact he's made on it. I love SpongeBob, and so does Enter, and just good to do something in that, and I hope we can get more research into ALS and hopefully eventually find a cure. Let's see. What does Phantom Strider mean? Asked TJ. Well, back when I was in my teens, I used to run a lot at midnight. I used to just do midnight runs, or I would start doing by just doing walks like I'm doing now, and eventually, well, you can see, I'm a night bird. People tend to have a genetic build of either being night bird, where they're most active during the night. Enter is as well. John often works his best at night. Some people are morning people, and it is literally called night bird in scientific definition. Yeah, and anyway, so I do a lot of my energy peaks that are running stuff at night, so Phantom Strider, So that's why I stuck with that. Are you good at art? Asked TJ. No, I'm absolutely terrible at art, TJ. My battery's running out. I'll just answer a couple more. Locke, you should consider, thank God it's Doomsday for Dark Simpson, and also more Futurama, please. Locke, leave me a suggestion on Twitter if you don't mind, because I'm absolutely looking for suggestions for Darkest Modern Simpsons episode. I really appreciate that. Logan says, which one? SpongeBob, Marvel? I was gonna say SpongeBob and Marvel. They're both fantastic. I like them at different times of the day, depending on how I'm feeling. Are you secretly working for the Illuminati? He's on to me. Very why? Next question. Have you seen Your Name? Please watch it. Oh yeah, Asher, I have. I watched it on Netflix a couple of months ago. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, just touched my heart. I don't often watch anime nowadays, and I'm really glad I tuned into that one. It's not Miyazaki, and I apologize for making that mistake previously, but yeah, damn, it reminds me of Miyazaki, and just at the end you're like, oh, get together already, get together. It's just absolutely driving you mad when you're watching it. It's just like, argh! But when they do, it's so wonderful, and it's just, yeah, and they end up, they end up dating at the end. I'm just like, yay! Oh no, I definitely got very involved in that one. Which Disney movie do you want to get a remake? None, Dante, none. Everything, like, if I want to see Disney movies, I will watch the original. I do not need a remake. They're still making revenue from the original movies. Why do they need to make more? And just soil the original ones. I don't know. I'm so goddamn sick of Disney remakes. Remake movies in live action. Ever since Beauty and the Beast, I'm done. I'm just done with it. Favorite caffeine. What was that? I think I missed that one. Hey Strider, have you seen Stranger Things? Time Lord Gina. Yeah, a very interesting topic, Stranger Things. Very popular on Netflix, and I'm glad to see MK Ultra getting some attention, because it's something the CIA did that was one of the more messed up things they've done secretly, and a lot of the files were burned, but I'm glad to see it getting some attention, because it's dark crap, but you guys should know about that stuff. It's really important. I do find the bullies really generic, though I hear they get a bit more interesting as we go. Anyway, I am going to finish this live stream, I promise. Thank you very much for tuning in. I apologize if I did miss your message. I'm just really bad at keeping up with these, because it's a very small window for me to see the chats. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for walking in with me, and I'll talk to you later. If I can find the back button, which I might not be able to. Oh, there it is.